In 2003, we were sitting at a poker table. I was dealing for the casino industry in that time frame. And so we were dealing at a high limits table, and I'm sitting there. As I'm sitting at the high limits table, dealing to all of our regular players, betting anywhere from $100 to $300 a hand, a bet. As they're playing, we're providing entertainment in the Indian gaming casino. Along comes our regular player, which is, we'll call him Mr. Potato Head. Because in the back of my mind, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's what he looked like. So he sits down as we're playing and going along, and everyone's playing, enjoying themselves. He's a grumpy man. He's not very happy. However, our maintenance man named Rudy comes walking along and accidentally bumps the table next to Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head, out of nowhere, you can see his true self as to what he thinks about us as Indigenous and Native people. He says, don't excuse me. He says, "What is wrong with these fucking stupid Indians?" I'm floored. What? In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, did he just say that? He's on our native lands, our homelands, saying derogatory comments about my people? Oh, no. You don't get to do that. I immediately stopped the table. All the other players that knew me at the time knew that it was going to go down. I sat there and I told the floor supervisor to come over, told him that he needs to leave. And they asked why, and I repeated what he had said and let him know that, by the way, not all of us are stupid fucking Indians. At that moment, I was livid. I was enraged because our people and our ancestors have fought so hard to keep what little we have left from all the broken treaties of the federal government. So in that moment, it was just fueling flames. Ever since Christopher Columbus got lost finding India and we became Indians, our Indigenous people have suffered so much. And this man comes to our lands and wants to degrade us, saying derogatory remarks. No, you don't get to do that. So Mr. Potato Head was asked to leave. He was no longer allowed in the casino until he was told he had to apologize in person and in writing, not only to myself, but the community and the gentleman that he was saying the derogatory remarks to. At that moment, it was empowering that I stood up, and I've always been somebody that stands up for our people. In that moment, it took me back to our ancestors. Chief Manuelito, whom I come from, my bloodline runs thick and pure. And as an Apache woman, these are places where we use our voice. And over the years, some don't understand that these casinos and revenue provide resources, the financial resources for our fire stations, police stations, education systems, our health systems, healthcare clinics. These resources help provide that, but it also, what people don't understand and know, is that it provides resources back to the state of Arizona. A certain percentage of, depending on what compact they agreed to with the state of Arizona, the Native American peoples will negotiate a percentage of those financial resources back to the Arizona. And what they do is, that funds their police department, their fire stations, their education system. So whatever it is that they choose, that's where it goes. But for us, as Indigenous people, this is why it's important for me to vote, for us to vote, our people, because this is where our true change comes. And this is where I seen that change several years back when I was interning in Washington. That's where our voice needs to be heard, and that's where our voice needs to be announced, not only just among our Native people, but out there to the world, to understand and really grasp what we still go through and how that still is traumatizing to our people. But taking that back now and empowering ourselves and our people and the resilience that we've had because of our ancestors and what they traveled, I am proud to say that is why I vote. And that is why our votes matter. My vote matters. Thank you.